Welcome to another edition of the Giants Huddle podcast, brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. We continue our position series as we interview players at every position on the New York Football Giants. Today, it's the dudes toting the rock. We're going to talk to the running backs. All right, and now we welcome in Dante Turbo Miller. Turbo, what's going on, man? How are you?
Not much, man. How about you?
It's good to see you. So,
Yeah, you too.
what's the difference for you? Year 2 National Football League versus coming in here as a rookie last year and just kind of trying to figure everything out as you go?
I mean, you kind of got a lot of things figured out at this point, such as playbook, knowing how things go, slowing the game down, you know what I'm saying? And this year completely feels different when it comes to playbook than it did last year. So I'm out there, being able to assess what's happening with defenses easier than I did last year, for example. So it's a lot of the smoother transition, yeah.
I'm sure last year you're just trying not to sink, right? You're just trying to keep your head above water, figure things out, right?
Yeah, you're trying to figure things out, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get things under control.
But a year like this year, you're probably able to hone in on a few specific things from a specific football perspective to work on.
Exactly.
So what are some of those things that you really tried to lock in on this offseason to kind of take that next step?
I want to aid the team on special teams a lot more than I did last year. So that's going to be big for me this year.
Return or coverage units or both?
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm the type of guy you could put anywhere on special teams. So, as you said, coverage, returning, and everything. So, those are the type of things I want to hold in on to and, make sure I'm aiding in the backfield and helping the team win wherever I can.
And it sure looks like they're trying to use the running backs a lot more in the passing game this year. Watching you guys in the spring, there's a lot of wheel routes, a lot of option routes in the middle of the field.
Right.
How have you kind of taken to that, you think, in terms of being a bigger target in the pass game?
Hey, shoot, man. I mean, I got speed, and that's one thing you can't teach. So whenever we utilize that in the passing game, I just want to be where I'm supposed to be, and make the plays when they come to me.
Of course, to earn your way on the field, you have to be in pass protection, right?
Exactly.
So how is that part of your game coming along, both the physical part, but even more importantly, the mental part of being in the right place at the right time?
I've never had an issue with, the physical part of the passing game. People think because you're fast, it's like, oh, you might have. Nah. I'm 197 and
you're
very,
thick. Yeah, that's
very strong. So I would say it's more as just knowing what to do. So rookie year, you might be trying to get the playbook down, know when protections are coming in, right? So your second year, you already know the protection. So it's a matter of just being where you're supposed to be rather than getting there and hand on the job. You know what I'm saying? So you'll get there and hand a job. You just got to know where to be. So, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. Protections is what it is.
You got a fun little running back room there, man. You
got we do.
Devin Singletary, you, Tyrone are young. Cam's coming in as a rookie.
Yeah.
Eric Gray's been in the league a few years. What is the interplay between you guys like in that room as you talk through film, watch practice, and try to make each other better?
So honestly, after practice, we'll go watch film. We'll all watch film as an offensive unit. And if we see something that we could work on, so somebody ran an option around, you're like, oh, you can work on your depth, work on your angle here, work on your patience, maybe speed it up a little bit. Whether we're working on, you're supposed to have this guy in protection, make sure we're working on that. So there's no definite, this person's calling this person out. We're all aiding each other whenever we see something, whether that's a rookie, vet, third year, fourth year, anything.
Any specific goals you've set out for yourself this year?
Man, I just want to make plays and help the team, wherever that is. That's what I want to do. I just want to help the team win. That's my goal for this year.
Can't wait to see it, dude. Turbo, appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Sure, appreciate it.
The Giants Huddle podcast is brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. From game day celebrations to your everyday financial needs, Big Blue fans can get the most out of every moment with Citizens. Go to citizensbank.com/Giants.
Huddle up, get in here. If you're lined up here, you gotta go over the middle with it to score.
Right. How do we make that happen?
I don't know, but Citizens does.
Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
And now we're joined by Giants running back, Devin Singletary. Devin, what's up, man?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. You guys got a pretty thick, robust room in that running back spot now, man.
We do.
What do you think of the group?
Man, I like it. It's going to help us. It's a long season, so I think it's going to help us for sure.
What progress did you see from Tyrone Tracy last year, from when he walked in, a guy that was in college for a while but didn't play a ton of running back? How much and what areas did you see him really learn and grow as a rookie?
Yeah, man. Pass pro for sure. He grew in that aspect, and then just being patient. The way he started to read the blocks and set up the blocks, he grew a lot in that area for sure.
I was talking to a lot of the offensive linemen, and they kind of talked about how you have a running back room that can really run every type of scheme in terms of blocking, right? You guys that run outside zone, you guys can run duo, power.
Yeah.
Where do you think the run game really hit its best stride last year in terms of what you guys as a unit, you and the offensive line together, did best?
Duo, and duo inside zone. a little bit of outside zone, but definitely like duo, like that gap scheme. Man, we took a big stride in that area. I think that's where we was at our best when we ran the ball in that area.
Why?
Just, I don't know if it was just the O-line liked it that way, we liked it that way, but, whenever we ran those plays, it's positive,
Well, when you run duo, and I'm not a running back, so correct me if I have this wrong. You got the 2 double team blocks, right?
Yep.
And then that gives you guys, the running back group, a little bit of a freedom, right? To read the linebacker where they're going to fill, and then you can kind of pick your hole, right?
Yeah, it's that. You can read it, or, you kind of get a sense of where you can set them up a little bit as well. You know what I'm saying? But that double team, it takes you a long way. When them big guys get to moving, 2-on-1 guy, that's trouble. No defender want to see that. You know what I'm saying?
How much can you see growth from a run game when you bring back this pretty much the same running back room, and we'll talk about the new member of your running back room in a second, and a lot of the offensive linemen are the same?
Yeah.
Does that make a big difference, having that same combination for 2 consecutive years with similar coaches?
I would say so, because you get to know your guys. You know your guys well, and that go a long way. When you know your guys, you know who blocking for you. That go a long way. Now y'all gel together. You know what to expect from each other. So when you out there playing, man, it's a scary sight.
Now you do have a new running back coach in Liddell Betts. What has it been like having him in the room with you guys?
Man, it's been lit, bro. Because he played in the league
for a long time.
So exactly, it wasn't just 2 years. Like he played a long time. Yeah. So just picking his brain, learning from him, taking little nuggets from him, that's been very helpful, for sure. What
are some of the things that he's tried to impart to you guys from his experience in the league?
Yeah, I mean, just some of the basics, but I think it go a long way, like taking care of your body. Obviously he knew how to do that, and then your study habits gonna take you a long way, and just seize whatever opportunity you get. Don't, whatever your position may be, whatever your role may be, when your opportunity comes, make something happen.
All right, tell me about the rookie Cam Skattebo. I know we haven't seen him on the field a ton,
right.
But what has his personality been like, and what has it been like working with him in the running backs room?
Man, Scat, cool, man. That's my guy. One of a kind for sure. Brings great energy every day. I think that's important. I'm a big energy guy, so you never want to have nobody in the room we call him a vampire that's sucking the bad, bringing bad energy. He always brings good energy. He's a grinder, and we know when he touched that pill, he gonna be physical. For sure.
I imagine you guys probably had a similar mentality coming in, right? Like he had to go to Sacramento State, and then he had to transfer. You were never a bigger guy; you were a smaller guy. Yeah. Just he seems to bring a real kind of just blue collar, earn everything he gets type of mentality. The whole
man, definitely. And I feel like that's our culture in a way with the team. Real blue collar. Put your head down, work. Who cares what anybody got to say? Man, we're gonna show up and perform, man. That's what he brings.
Final 2. One, how do you see this group kind of coming together and you guys complementing each other over the course of a year?
Man, I feel like we'll gel fine. You know what I'm saying? We all kind of bring something different to the table, but I feel like we can all do everything, but just in a different way. And we can learn from each other. Even though Scat is a young guy, I can learn from him. Of course, he can learn from me. We can, we bouncing ideas off each other. And the competition, that's the name of the game. So when you got great competition, that's when you get the best out of everyone.
What are the positives and negatives of not being a bell cow and, maybe not getting worn down and only having to carry it 8 to 12 times in a game, but at the same time, you don't maybe get the rhythm you would getting the 20 carries, whatever. As a running back, how do you kind of look at that, the positive and minuses of being part of a committee?
It helps you, I feel like, definitely longevity in a way. It helps you that way. But at times it could be not how you want it to be as far as getting in the rhythm. Because sometimes you might need a certain amount of carries to get in a rhythm. So you just got to find your balance, find a way with that. But, it's always a way to find a way to make something happen.
What are your goals for this year before we wrap?
Man, my goals is just be better than I was last year. That's always my goals. Be better than I was the year before, and get out there and make plays. That's the name of the game.
Devin, good stuff, man. Good luck this year.
Appreciate you, bro.
If you want to know how to manage 2 minutes of crunch time football, I'm your man. But if you're wondering about a long-term financial plan, you should talk to Citizens. Hey, I can also talk lawn care.
I'd like to learn about a mowing routine.
Yes, I knew I could help.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
All right, now we welcome in Giants rookie running back, Cam Skattebo. Cameron, how are you, man?
Good. I'm doing well and excited to be here.
Now, I know it's been disappointing. You haven't been on the field as much as you'd have liked in the spring, but what has it been like in the classroom trying to kind of figure out NFL offense and see where you might fit inside of it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting it down, and everything that they're doing here to, feed me into the offense has been awesome. So I'm excited to, keep learning and, get to rolling in this offense to see what I can do.
On our Giants Huddle podcast, we had a chance to talk to Sean Aguano, your running backs coach. Had nothing but great things to say about you. What did he help teach you when you got at Arizona State that helped you prepare to become a pro?
Yeah, I think the biggest part was the emotion side of football. He helped me understand that I need to calm down when things get hot, and I can't get too high when things are going well. So I'm a very energetic and emotional guy. And, I like that to be heard. If I'm upset, at times it used to come out, and, now I've been able to channel that. So I think me and him got a very personal relationship. And, he helped me with setting that emotional side of my life to the side while I'm on the football field.
When you spoke to the media when you first got here, I fell in love with your kind of blue-collar approach, and I imagine that has to go back to you were under-recruited, you go to Sacramento State, you kill it there, and you get brought up. I mean, I just feel like you just have a very much, I will go out there and earn everything nothing's going to be given to me, and I'm going out there, I'm going to earn it, and I'm cool with that. Like, I don't need to have anything given to me.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is I've had one offer. Both times I was in the portal, really had one big offer, one FCS offer each time that I was there. So there's nothing that's ever been handed to me. I've had to fight for it all. I went to a team that was 3-9 after my sophomore year, and then after my junior year, after going 3-9 again, we went 12-3. So it was awesome, and I do my best to make sure that I don't take anything for granted, and I don't expect anybody to hand anything that I have to earn it.
How did you develop your run style? Because I think it's pretty unique. I'm not going to say you seek out contact, because you actually are really good at making guys miss in short areas, but you seem to really embrace the physicality of the position. How did you develop kind of that run style?
Yeah, I got beat up by my older brother growing up and spanked by my dad, but I think I'm starting to realize as I get older, like, when you impose pain and will on the other person, you feel it less. When you're the car going through a T-bone, you don't feel it as much. But when you get T-bone, that's when you feel it. When you impose the power through somebody, and if you end up winning and their power doesn't mean anything because you go right through it, that's when it feels good. And I mean, these big hits, when you see people get ran over, the person running the ball doesn't feel it. Like, it's a go through and keep going kind of mentality. And when you impose will, you don't hurt as much.
And the other thing you talked about, and Coach Aguano talked to me about this too, is that you make contact with the right type of contact. You don't catch the guy square in the chest, right? You catch him on the side. You catch half a man instead, and that allows you to break as many tackles as you did and really develop that contact balance, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you catch a side of your head or shoulder to your shoulder and it's coming real hard, you don't usually want to get hit by that. And, your shoulder starts to get a little sore, and you don't want to hit me next time. So, I worked it over the years instead of going straight head up with people, trying to attack half a man, and also Coach Aguano has helped me with that, splitting two defenders and attacking the weaknesses of defenders. So,
how did you develop the contact balance part of it?
That just came with time. As I was young, I've been breaking tackles since I was 7 years old. It's just been the way I've been playing the game for a long time. At a high level too. And even when I was younger, we won 5 championships in a row, and it was just something. I was always the best player on the field, and it was just something that as I played more and more football, I got better and better, and the contact balance just stayed with me. I didn't grow to be 6'4" to where you kind of lose some of that balance as you get a little taller.
Sure.
I'm still only 5'9" 3/4", so I'm blessed to have that contact balance naturally.
I know you have a lot of self-confidence, but did you almost prove something to yourself with the way you played in that playoff game against Texas? How, they're running out there, they got all these super talented guys, and your team just kept feeding you the ball, and you kept gaining yards, They went back to you again, so many touches, and they rode you, and you guys were a play or two away from winning that football game.
Yeah, I don't know if I proved to myself because I know I could do it. And I hate to say I proved the haters wrong, or I proved the people that doubted me wrong, because that's everyone's doubted. Everybody on the planet is doubted by somebody. It's just how it is. You have to live with it. But I proved to the coach that he was right on giving me the ball in those moments. And I enjoy touching the ball. And when I know it's time to take over and I have that feeling inside my heart or in my mind, I'm going to let the coach know I want the football and that the game is going to be taken over. And, in this early in that fourth quarter against Texas, I told coach, like, I'm about to take over. Give me the football. And, it ended up working in our favor. So
I love it. Cam, we can't wait to see you on the field. You expect to be good to go by the time training camp rolls around in end of July?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
We can't wait to see it, man. Get the pads
Awesome.
on, play some real football, all right?
Thank you. Appreciate
it. Cam Skattebo. Always good to hear from the running backs. It should be a fun group this year, splitting carries, guys with different skill sets, complementing each other, really trying to make this offense go. That's all the time we have for the Giants Huddle podcast, brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. We'll see you next time.